I remember it like it was yesterday. I was 27 years old looking into the mirror and realized that over a period of time that my hair was thin on the top. I mean so thin that it was like really noticeable. It was embarrassing. I swore I held my head down just like that. I was wondering, what am I going to do? I'm 27 years old and I've done lost my hair. It's going away. I'm not going to be able to wear the hairstyles. I'm going to be ugly. Girls aren't going to be attracted to me. I had a decision to make. I had to get over myself. I really had to get a grip on it. And then I realized that, hey, life is more than hair. Hello and welcome to another edition of Top Male. If you are new to the channel, we handle topics such as fashion, dating, health, and things as such. I believe it takes a multitude of things that make us well-rounded men. Today's topic, we are going to talk about balding. I think it's one of the scariest things we face as young men getting older, and it's something I had to face. As a male influencer, I understand that my job is to influence you. You to influence me through commenting and things as such, because none of us are perfect. We are trying to be better men, better people in general. This topic right here is very, very, very sensitive for some men, and I would go as far as to say a lot of men. And when I see other influencers that have full heads of hair talk about this subject, it kind of bothers me. But then again, it's okay, because we all are men trying to help each other. But I'm just saying, when it bothers me, it's not to the full understanding as far as that person with the full head of hair, that they understand exactly what it really is to be bald, because they aren't bald. But if they're genuinely being encouraging and not just trying to sell a product or give themselves a prop in which to sell a product, then that's acceptable. Speaking of products, guys, I want you to understand, when you start realizing that you are going bald, that your hair is thinning, it is important, if it means enough to you, to jump on it as fast as possible. And this is going to be prompted to your barber, because your barber is the one that cuts your hair. When you have a regular barber, or a barber in general that sees these type of things, they're going to see the signs by looking closely at your hair while they are cutting it. A good barber is a genius when it comes to seeing the signs, the patterns in which balding begins. It normally starts right here at the temples, going back, and then we form in an M type pattern right here in the front, and then it goes right there to the top of your dome. That's where my barber first saw it. Now, I had a weak hairline to begin with when I was 16, and probably a little younger, but when I was 16, I remember it, my barber telling me that I am going to go bald, and I told him that's just the way my hair grows. Now, in my mind, I was scared as hell. I'm 16 years old. Why is this starting to happen to me? But I was in disbelief. I didn't believe it. But eventually, yes, it started happening. I remember my girlfriend telling me one day, "Keith, your hair is thin." And I really never paid it much attention as I was getting older. And it was around the age of 27 that I took the mirror and I turned around in the bathroom mirror. I took a hand mirror and I put it above my head while I was turned backwards, and all of this was thin, this whole area. I immediately went to the barber and had it cut down really low. Guys, let me tell you something. At first, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I know what it feels like, but I wore cap a lot. It was just, to me, it was embarrassing. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to wear the hairstyles anymore. It was a horrible feeling. So, like I said before, When you are the person that is bald and you're talking about it, you know firsthand how it feels, and you can genuinely connect to those who are going bald. I forget the hair system that I ordered. It was a pill and shampoo and conditioner that I used that was supposed to regenerate hair growth and whatnot. It didn't work. Guys, there's no cure for this. There's only treatment measures. Sometimes you have to come to the realization that it's a wrap. You begin to think about, am I going to be attractive anymore? Am I going to be ugly? These type of things come into our mind because we're human. And some of us are, to tell the truth, we're straight vain. We can't imagine not having those long flowing locks as such we had when we were younger, as we're getting older. And like I said, you don't have to be older to lose your hair. It can start at a very young age. I'm telling you, this male pattern baldness, it affects like 50 million men across America, okay? And I don't want to talk about this like it's some kind of disease, but it's hereditary in a lot of cases, and it's just something that you're just going to have to deal with. Now, there's many different types of procedures that can give you the hair that you want, such as hair replacement. Some hair replacements include hair plugs, in which they take hair from the back and they take the follicles and they implant them in the front of your head and whatnot. But these things cost money. There are other procedures that don't cost as much money. It's, so to speak, a rug type thing that they plaster on your hair. They glue it to your scalp and they blend it in with your hair, which grows on the sides. And I gotta tell you, in a lot of cases, those things look realistic. I'm not gonna tell you that you're pathetic and that you're insecure for doing things as such. You do what it takes to make you feel good, which makes you feel whole. Because I don't think it's anybody's business, as opposed to what you do to help your situation to make you feel better. There are also 2 drugs on the market that are approved by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and that's Rogaine and Propecia. These things help reserve the hair that you have, and in some cases it's said to help regenerate hair growth. But just make sure, if you're going to go this route and trying to treat your baldness, you're going to have to jump on it right away and make sure you catch it at its earliest, and that's going to give you the best chance possible. Understand that male pattern baldness affects at least 2/3 of men before the age of 35, and then 85% of men around the age of 50. So take that into account. Just if you're one of those guys that like to look good with the hair you have, don't take for granted that you're always gonna have it. Keep an eye on your hair. Talk to your barber. Have a relationship. Have an understanding that, look, guy, if you see something, you let me know right away. If you see hair falling out when you're brushing your hair and such, look for the signs so that you'll have the best chance to keep and or preserve the hair that you have. Personally, I went the route of just cutting all of my hair off, okay? I kind of lucked up because I have a little shape to my head. I had to get used to it, yes. Had to stop wearing the hat and whatnot, and I actually grew my beard. I grew some hair on my head and whatnot, and I feel good about myself, and I am confident. Guys, it's not all about the girls. It's not all about being vain. You are not ugly because you lost your hair. You just look different. You're going through a different phase. If you want to, talk to your barber and try to get a hairstyle. If you want to keep some of the hair that you already have, they have hairstyles that look good on you. Some of you guys just get crazy with it and cut it all off and see what it looks like. Like I said, grow a beard or something. It doesn't matter. You are going through another phase in your life where you're going to look different if you don't choose other measures of trying to have or keep your hair. I want you guys to know, coming from a guy with a bald head, that you are sexy in every stage of your life, no matter what happens to your body naturally, such as male pattern baldness. You hold your head up. You do whatever it takes to make you happy. You are not to be judged. And if they judge you, so what? You do what you need to do to make you happy. As I said earlier in the video, I decided to cut all my hair off, and I actually had to learn how to do this without scraping my head, which I did a couple of times, but I worked with it, and now I got it down to an art. But guys, listen, we need to get over ourselves when this happens. I understand that a lot of guys are really traumatized by this. I have read articles on men that have went to the ends of the earth to try to restore their hair. And some of them had to come to the realization that, hey, this is not life. This is not living. Being miserable and upset about losing hair. Just remember, whatever you choose to do, you do what makes you happy. If you want to try to get more hair, keep the hair you have. Whatever the case may be, you be happy with your decision. And with that being said, that wraps up yet another episode of Top Male. I am Keith Jason White, your host. Guys, I want you to remember one more time that you are sexy with or without hair, or with some hair. It doesn't matter with what nobody thinks. I want you to always feel confident and go forward, and don't let things such as hair hold you back. Hair is not everything. I ask you then that you subscribe to my channel. Guys, subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification so that you will know next time I upload. Give me those thumbs up. That helps my channel to grow. And until next time, guys, I will see you at the top.